Now, atropine is a holdover from pediatrics. This is a little crazy because I've heard people using atropine and putting pads on a patient right before intubation. I don't suggest it. If you get bradycardic in an adult from intubation, it usually means hypoxia. I do my best to teach you how to for rescue oxygenation to prevent you from going to asystole PEA, profound bradycardia from hypoxia. So my job is not to prepare for that. My job is to prevent that. The same idea for pediatrics. It's thought that someone is once a man, twice a child. So as an old adult, and when you're very, very young, your vagal tone, your parasympathetics are very strong, even stronger than your sympathetics. So if that's the case, people worry that when you stimulate intubation by putting a blade in the mouth, you're going to make them bradycardic. This is usually anecdotal. Intubations in pediatrics in the emergency room is very rare. So all it takes is one bad incident and people say you needed to do it. Mind you, cardiac arrest usually starts for pediatrics when the heart rate hits less than 60. So they'll be more likely to give it sooner than later for just that type of cardiac arrest. What they've noticed is when you do notice bradycardia in patients that you didn't give atropine for, but in pediatrics, it's usually you've given succinylcholine twice, so maybe 8 to 10 minutes have passed from the first dose, and you're giving it again because the tube is too difficult. It was not first pass success. Multiple attempts is suggesting this is not an easy intubation. And there were episodes of hypoxia. All those three things, as a combination or separately, can cause bradycardia. Will atropine work? I'm going to tell you what would really work if you had a backup airway like an LMA or got better at your intubation skills. I'll talk later about pediatric airways, but if you're good at MACs, use a MAC. A MAC 2 exists. A MAC 1 exists. I have it in my possession. I use it in my simulation lab. They exist. Use what you're good at. You do not have to use a Miller. If you don't know how to use one, don't use it. Use a MAC. It works. I'm going to tell you it works. And have an LMA as a backup. It's on your Braslo tape. Some type of supraglottic airway. It's on your Braslo tape. Use it. Please. They exist. BVM by itself is not enough if you have a true difficult patient to bag. Make sense? That's my take on atropine. Don't put pads, don't give atropine. Prevent the hypoxia that's going to induce the bradycardia. First pass success. What you use for paralysis is not the cause of the bradycardia. It's you not getting the first pass success that's causing the bradycardia. Make sense? And that's my take on atropine for the load.